a barely empty tram. Generally not record inside public transit because there are other people, but this one is relatively empty. So this is pretty much what public transport looks like in Amsterdam. There are no buses inside the city here. I'm not sure whether the streets are not built for it, but they really like their trams, and it's quite comfortable because it runs more smoothly. No sharp turns or that shakes that happen when you go, for example, in a bus. And the streets are generally organized in 3 layers, so or in 4 layers. So on the very outside you have like the walkway where the pedestrians walk. Then you usually have a bike lane that's good for cyclists, and as I mentioned before, often the bike lane makes the sidewalk very small, so it's sometimes hard to be a pedestrian. And then you have sometimes the car lanes on the outside, and on the very middle you have the place where the tram goes. So you have the overhead electricity, which, let's move to the very back. This will give us a perfect view here. So right here in the middle you usually have the tram tracks and the electricity overhead. And this street in particular, I think, doesn't let cars, but usually when there are cars it's like walkways, bike lanes, then cars, then the trams, which makes you need to be really careful when you want to cross the street, because you really need to cross a lot of things. So you need to watch out for the bikes, you need to watch for the cars, and you need to watch out for the trams. And since there are no buses, only trams, this is the public transport here. Trams tend to go pretty much everywhere. It's quite easy and convenient to use. Embark on the back of the train, or there's usually someone, and you disembark on the front. You need to show your card on both sides. Goodbye. So this is where I descend. So here we are, right on time for checkout. There's the train right behind us. Watch out for bikes. Another museum. I'm unhinged. No, this is actually Micropia. It's really close to my hostel, and I realized I had still like 1 or 2 more hours before leaving for the airport. So this is literally part of the artist